If you pack your suitcase and set off to China, the hotbed of opportunity, I would advise you to pack this one word with you: face. What is face? To put it simply, face is to look good in public. If you are wealthy, you have face. If you are intelligent, you have face. If you are attractive, you have face. If you have good connection, you have face. In Chinese business culture, a person's reputation and social standing rest on saving face. If you make people looking bad in the public or cause embarrassment, even unintentionally, it can be fatal for business negotiations. Face, like money, can be earned, lost, given, or taken away. Face giving is very important. It is the activity through flattery, a show of respect, or a compromise. As favor, it is expected to be returned, although not in a hurry. Here is an example of face giving. When I was in China, I worked for an American company. The director of the company's Asian Pacific division, Mr. John Kaplan, is American and has been living in China for a long time. And he speaks Mandarin very well. It is quite knowledgeable about Chinese culture. He has a brother who was an engineer. John wanted to get his brother a job as a service manager in company's China branch. He asked Peter, the general manager, if he would hire his brother. Although Peter didn't like the idea of having John's brother working in the office and didn't think he was qualified, he had no choice but to say yes. By giving face, Peter earned face. He had something to ask for as a return of a favor. Later on, he asked John to sponsor his son to attend a university in the States. Face and connection. Face is inseparable from connection. Connection is the social network. If you have good connection, you have face, and also will be given face, getting the upper hand in conducting business. Usually, the person with the best connection wins. There's another story of how GM won the bid over Ford to have a joint venture with Chinese Comic in 1997. The person behind the GM victory was Shirley Yang. She was born in Shanghai and spoke fluent Mandarin. Her father was a war hero. Her stepfather had served as Chinese ambassador to the United States, the United Kingdom, and France. Mrs. Yang brought with her great connection. Even though Ford had been one step ahead in the initial bidding phase, Mrs. Yang was able to pass the final victory to GM. By 1997, 100,000 mid-sized Buick Regals had been produced at the new billion-dollar assembly plant in Shanghai. Face and hierarchical social status. In business dealings, paying attention to hierarchical social status means saving face. Confucius culture dominated China for more than 2,000 years. It taught hierarchical social status. The tradition of obedience to one's superior remains strong. There's an example when a foreign company didn't pay attention to social status. The company sent a relatively young and low-level sales representative to a high level in negotiation. The Chinese executive remarked, "You are about my son's age." He felt insulted and lost face. The deal died even before it began. Face and intermediary. Intermediary is a go-between person and often settle difference without causing either party to lose face on the negotiation table. Initially, you need to have an intermediary to pass you around to his trusted business partner. Trust must be transmitted by connection. This connection can be hometown, family, school, or previous business ties. Links are based on personal experience. Even after initial meeting takes place, an intermediary is still necessary. During negotiation, rather than just say no outright, which lose face, Chinese business people are more likely to change the subject, turn silent, ask other questions, or say something like, seems not wrong, seems fairly right, appears fairly reasonable. That sounds positive, right? No, it has subtle negative implications. Only a native Chinese speaker can read the subtlety in the mood, intonation, expression, and the body languages of Chinese negotiators. The Taoism. I have talked about face, connection, hierarchical social status, and the intermediary. These are very important to know when you are doing business in China. But why Chinese people act like that? There's a Chinese culture thread behind the scene. That is Taoism, Chinese people's mentality. Taoism's fundamental notion involved the relationship of yin and yang. Yin is passive force, yang is active force. These two forces oppose and complement one another simultaneously. They cannot be separate, but must be considered as a whole. The key is to find the Tao, the way, the middle ground, compromise, the harmony. This moral value expresses itself in the Chinese business communication style. The best compromise are reached only through back and forth of haggling. The Tao is hard to find. This process cannot be cut short. Both parties have face to say. The back and forth haggling left it for intermediary. Business communication practices are different in every country. Only when you understand the cultural background behind the practice, then you can develop thriving, mutually profitable, satisfying business relationships.